Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out the alpha version of an upcoming game called Bard's Gold by developer Gametree. This is essentially a retro style platform with a little bit of a harsh difficulty curve on it and maybe a little bit of an RPG infusion, well, in the form of some upgradable items and such like that. Not a whole lot really to say about, early ideas on this one, so we should probably just get right into things. We should also look at the options menu very briefly. Controls, language, sound volume, and music are on separate, and full screen or not. Simple stuff, but it's an alpha. Here we go! We can choose from normal or retro. Well, it's actually one-shot kills on normal, so I don't know what retro is going to change about it, but let's start up a game here. Alright, so here's our character. We move rather slowly as we go left and right, and I'm using my 360 controller also. But essentially, here's what we've got for weapons. We've got a knife. That's it. We can also jump, and we can also double jump, so that is kind of a big factor, actually, for a lot of games like this. If you can jump once, that's one thing. If you can jump twice, that opens you up to a whole new world of possibilities for what things might be. So, you might have just noticed I shot the side of a wall there, and a gem came out. That means there are little secret nooks and crannies everywhere that are going to yield us money, and they essentially are rewarding us for, taking our time and checking all the surfaces possible. The money is essentially spent at shops, sort of like, the Binding of Isaac, where you can basically just buy a bunch of things to upgrade your character, change the way things work, and ultimately try and give yourself a better chance at success. There are some elements to this, though, that are a little bit unexpected, and those come in the form of traps that will show up every now and then. But each goal is essentially made up of just grabbing a key and then finding your way to the door, and that's pretty much all you do as far as I'm aware until you reach a boss, and I have not done so yet. That's a trap right there, that little needle that came off the side of the screen. You also just noticed a series of spikes just fell above my head. They seem to want me dead pretty badly, actually, so we'll, not give them the pleasure. So let's head up on this direction, and that's actually our exit there. We've got to get the key, which we don't have quite yet. Also, don't ask me what was up with that bonus orb. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I've only played about 5 minutes of this so far, enough to get to the next floor after this, and that was about it. And by floor, I mean level or screen. So we're almost all the way through already from what I've seen, and I didn't actually realize there were going to be traps and such in this when I was playing it for the first time, so I ended up wandering into the way of things quite a few times in a row. So we're actually working out pretty well in terms of money. We've got 130 gems. Oh, apparently there's just a free one just shoots out of the wall there. Might as well go back for that one. Every dollar counts in this particular game, especially because the upgrades tend to be reasonably meaningful, at least until you lose them, which is, a bit more frustrating than it might be normally. Let's just kill that sucker. Oh, there's a bonus orb. We've gotten E and X bonuses, whatever that means. It looks like there's room for a total of 5 of them, but I don't see how else I'm supposed to get bonus orbs because all the enemies are dead. Well, maybe they come out of the walls, right? Maybe I'm supposed to shoot all of these edges and something will happen. Anyway, let's go through here. You can't shoot torches, by the way, in case you were wondering. Also, you can't shoot at all when you're in a shop. So here's our options for stuff to purchase. We can get 3-way daggers, which are actually quite useful. Obviously, it gives you, an angle in both directions and a straight one as we had before. You can get a spinning axe, which kind of functions a little bit like it does in Castlevania, only it's a little bit puny and kind of just falls in front of you without making a ton of damage happen. But it is a little bit stronger than the default knives, of course. Then we've got an extra life for 300, a power-up for 200. I'm going to assume that just makes my knives hit harder. Shield, which means when you die, you get to keep your items through that life. And secret glasses, which presumably allow us to see more items in the walls and such, sort of like spectacles or something. So we just bought the 3-way daggers. I think we're going to roll with that for now. And let's hope that it keeps us alive for a little longer than it might have normally. You probably also have noticed already there's a clock in the top corner there ticking down slowly, but surely that's not really anything to be too worried about, because right now, well, the levels are fairly short, and we've actually dawdled quite a bit and still come out pretty safe on the other side. So watch out for I want to be the guy references here as these spikes come after us. Oh, we've got a T. What is this? EXT. Oh, it's probably going to spell extra, and then it's going to give me an extra life or something. So I guess this happens across all the floors and not just the one you're on presently. Good to know. Learning a little bit as I go here. So what do I think about this game in general, you're probably wondering. So far, I'm finding it pretty entertaining. I think the difficulty curve is pretty nice. I think maybe the controls are a little bit sluggish. Oh god, that was a button that caused that freaking thing to shoot. That's why that happens. I didn't even notice that the first time I stepped on it. I find that the graphics are maybe the low point of things so far, although they're not bad. They're certainly serviceable, and they get the point across. But I feel like they might need a little bit more flourish before things come to fruition in terms of a final release. They put that key awfully close to those spikes, didn't they? Kind of rude, isn't it? I haven't seen much in the way of diversity yet, so I'm not sure to what degree things get wacky later on. Maybe the difficulty gets really, really crazy. Oh, we got our extra life, so there we go. That's been proven now. I would like to see some of the other environments, because I have seen in, I think it was a trailer or something, I saw there was a couple other areas we could go to. That's a dubious-looking little work. Oh, that's so rude! There was no way I could have jumped around that! And so we've lost our powered-up knives, unfortunately, due to my negligence. I didn't even see that there was a pressure plate there, or whatever that was that I just stepped on, causing that pin to come shooting at me and kill me. Ugh. Alright, well, you live and you learn. Yeah, it's right there. It's super obvious now that I know what I'm looking for. Let's just not step on that again if we can. Alright, so this little caterpillar seems to... oh, it's a worm of doom. That makes sense. It's going to come charging at me, and it's going to drop another E for our extra Tony Hawk letters here. And we'll just keep farming up enemies. I think when you leave an area, like if you go to the shop and then come back out, the enemies come back sort of Mega Man style, so I think you might be able to abuse that for extra money, perhaps. Not 100% sure on that, but perhaps. Yep, figured you were going to bait me a little bit with that, and you're gonna probably do it again, right? No? Alright, just the one, I guess. And did we get... oh, we got the key, so actually we're pretty much good to go. I just need to leave. I haven't been checking edges, really, for power-ups and for money and stuff. I should really keep that in mind as I'm going. I must say, since they're going for a retro style, I think they've done a pretty good job on that. I feel like this does kind of harken back a little bit more to, like, an old-school NES game. I mean, granted, the graphics are maybe a little too good for that, in a way. But I would like to actually see what this might look like with, you know, actual proper sprites that conform to, like, the limitations of the NES. I think that actually might be quite charming to go down that route. I mean, certainly, I've seen plenty of developers do that before. What is happening over here, and why am I going this direction? I was hoping there was something over there, like a secret maybe, but I don't know. Freaking pressure plates everywhere. I almost called them pleasure plates. That's a whole different thing. So we've got a shop with 440 gems. I should definitely look into that. I'm watching out for this book that might come after me. Yep, another one of those. And let's see what's in the shop. Maybe there's different items. Nope, same grouping, I would say. But we can definitely buy these again. Pretty much always want to buy these. And we could even power them up if we really want to be a bit gluttonous here. Just to see what that does. Status gives me an exclamation point. Alright, good. So let's see, I should be able to rip through everything in like one hit. Watch me just die right away now that I've got that. Alright, it's not actually one hit, but it is better. I like going up rather than going down. What is that item? Oh, we got the beginning of some kind of scroll. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm curious. You know, this actually, maybe more so than a Nintendo game, reminds me a little bit of like an old DOS game or something like that. Only maybe a little bit better executed, with a little bit more modern conventions to it. Because really, it does play pretty well. The one concern I just had was like the controls, again, feel a little bit sluggish. So, I mean, if we're getting into really dexterous ways of getting around here when we've got like really scary spike traps happening and such, I'd, you know, perhaps like a little bit of inertia when I move. So I might be able to bend the physics a little bit to my will. Maybe that's just a personal preference, having played about 1 billion platformers in my day, but, you know, I don't get tired of them either, so there is that too. Honestly, if it was just the way it is now, I could imagine that I would at least give this a try to get a bit further. I mean, there's also a little bit of like a Castlevania feel to it too, which is certainly nice. I knew that was going to happen, and I was ready for it, and yet I still got hit anyway. Do I get to keep the key? Did I have the key? I think I opened the door already, so now I can just go. Can I still get... No, the chest is gone now, so I've blown my... Oh, wait, it goes further. Hang on. Forgot how deep it went. Did the gems disappear, I wonder? Seems like they don't. That's good news. So we're back to 300 again. I could actually revisit the shop at this point. And also, you know what? I should do that, because that means I can test to see if the enemies come back. I was really hoping I might get to, like, a boss or something, so let's see if we can maybe work that all out. How much was this again for an extra life? 300? Yeah, exactly what I have, right? So, we've done it. Now, if I screw up again, I should be able to keep going. And, oh wait, I got to keep my... Oh, maybe that other thing was the power-up. The power-up was the shield. I had it backwards in my head, huh? Alright, so, yeah, we got to keep our stuff. We only need one more, and we actually get another extra life anyway. I kind of like that as a mechanic as well, too. You know, it keeps you actively engaged trying to kill the enemies, even though you could honestly skip by a lot of them. And then there's always that reward mechanic, just like, hey, you did a good thing. Here, have another chance. Especially if we're going to go for the, you know, sometimes reasonably cheap deaths. Oh, what is this? We got another... Oh, we got a secret map. What is this going to help me with? Maybe this takes me to a secret level or something later. That is a very adorable worm. Alright, keep careful. Yep, I saw that pressure plate. And I went and dove in, just in case. Watch out for the book. I think I'm actually registering as multiple hits some of the time, so it's actually working out pretty... Okay, yep. Gotta watch those traps. They are pretty aggressive. Sucks, too, because I can see the pressure plates there. I just keep not noticing them. So, I guess a mark of, you know, decent art design that they were able to pull that off, and I didn't see it there. Oh, we got yet another shop. Kinda just want to finish this level and see if I can get out safely. Why is this guy stuck? Let's go in. You never know, maybe something different will show up one of these times. Doesn't seem like it, though. Oh, that was the shield. Why did I think that was a power-up? This is the power-up. See? Alright. There we go. So we got to keep our knives. Now we're actually properly powered up. And they actually have a little nugget there underneath. I'm not going to keep this for very long, I'm pretty sure. Also, since this stuff doesn't change from one playthrough to the next, it's actually... I'm sure quite satisfying as you start to memorize the level design. You can start to do speedrunny type stuff with... You got me. And now I've lost my triple knives as well as my power-up. Jeez. Yeah, that was such a good trap. Like, I did not see that coming. You jump over that and you're rewarded with spikes on your head. Alright, let's get rid of this blue guy and turn around, kill the book. Go grab that diamond. What's my timer at? 150. Oh, there's our exit too. And yeah, we do have the key. Nice simple gameplay, but effective nonetheless. How are we gonna get past this worm though? Can I hit him with the trap? Would that be... Oh no, the trap only activates once. I guess we're just gonna hide and go seek every single time, that's fine. And it seems to function on Mega Man rules. As we get close to him, that seems to cause him to do a bit of a dash attack. And, well, maybe not as we get close to him, just as we touch the surface that he's also inhabiting. That book seems to be stuck. I like that. I'm kind of not interested in fighting all of you right now. Let's keep going. This is the farthest I've made it by far, by the way, so in case anybody's wondering, I am actually doing this first impression style. I don't know if I'm about to get killed by a trap or not, in case that wasn't obvious. What's up here? The levels are getting larger and more sprawly, which is probably a good thing, because the first levels were a little bit on the easy side, and I thought introduced the game fairly well. Oh yeah, what's the... Okay, so if you fall off a platform, you only get one more additional jump. It's not like you can serve jumps the way you can in other games. If I go towards that pot, is that going to kill me? I bet it... Spikes? Yeah, there they are. It actually booted the diamond over to me, which was handy of it. Wish I could shoot a little faster sometimes, but that's not the game's fault. There we go. Oh, does it do that thing where it's like you can shoot a certain amount of times per how many are on the screen? Wait, pressure plates? I think we're good. Because, like, if I'm closer to a surface... No, actually it seems to be the same speed. Like in Mega Man, and I know I've made a lot of Mega Man references here. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna do super pro dodges there, and not the case. But in Mega Man, if you stand really close to an edge of the screen, and the shots that you shoot, they basically all dissipate, you can actually use that to shoot like a ton more. So if you're, you know, close to the edge of the screen, you're trying to kill an enemy, you can actually get a lot more in quickly because they're not being rendered anymore. Alright, let's jump down here. And where is safe? Really bad idea to do what I'm about to do. Yeah. I was right to say that was a really bad idea. Anyway, that was Bard's Gold. That was the alpha. You can go ahead and check this out yourself. I believe it is also on Greenlight, so I'm going to have a link for that if you'd like to go support it. I'd recommend go check this out. Give it a try yourself. See how far you can make it. So you can make it up to a boss, and if so, can you beat it? I'd be kind of curious to know. Feel free to chime in the comments. I had a lot of fun with Bard's Gold, actually. I think I would play this again. It is, again, right in the middle, though. I mean, it's an alpha game. It's got a little bit of work yet to be done on it. I feel like it's not quite polished all the way, but as it stands, I feel it's fairly fun. And as long as you're not expecting, you know, the next great, fantastic, totally modern version of a platformer, I mean, you know, you're obviously going to be in the wrong place for that. But yeah, anyway, give it a download. Link's going to be in there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you don't mind. And of course, come back again tomorrow for another episode of Indie Impressions. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you back for another one real soon. Thanks, everybody. See you all tomorrow.